In 2018, American scientists published a scientific paper in the journal Nature, saying that they had discovered an unidentified organ called interstitium. This, of course, is based on the empirical evidence of Western anatomy. Scientists say that, through the latest testing technology, they have discovered that inside the human body there is a circulation highway. It seems to be everywhere, hidden under the skin, lurking around arteries and veins, in the fibrous tissue between muscles, and around internal organs. There is traffic everywhere. The researchers believe that, over a long period of time, during the surgery, the tissue structure in this person's body was damaged, the fluid in it was pushed out. So when looking at these tissues under the microscope, it is just a simple layer of structure, so people have never been aware of its existence. However, Western experts finally discovered this organ called interstitium. The news has just been published. European and American academics are very interested. Newspapers such as Time magazine, National Geographic of the US, The Independent of the UK are racing to report. Everyone feels that this is really hot news, a breakthrough in the medical world. However, researchers from some Asian countries, especially countries with a long tradition of traditional medicine like China, after viewing the study, they felt that this description seemed very familiar. Isn't this the meridian system mentioned in Oriental medicine? So what is this after all? Today, let's talk about the history of this newly discovered, invisible organ of the human body. The meridian system. In Eastern medicine parlance, meridians are a general term that refers to the energy circulation lines in the body, are the pathways that operate qi and blood, communication between internal organs, contact inside, outside, through, up and down of the body. The meridian systems are intertwined, distributed throughout the body. The operation of qi and blood for the health of the human body is extremely important. Take for example a meridian like a traffic road, and energy and blood are like chariots running non-stop on the road. If the car on the road moves naturally, everything will be in place. The clear sequence corresponding to the human body will also be healthy, the mind will be at ease. If there is a problem somewhere, for example a traffic jam for a long time or a serious traffic incident occurs, then it will affect a correspondingly large area, will cause energy to not circulate. From there, any disease symptoms will appear, such as headaches, brain aches or body fatigue, no strength. And when people look at the map of the meridians, they will find that there are many important points called acupoints on it. Acupoints are considered to be the specific location where qi and blood converge in and out in the circulatory route of meridians and viscera on the body, like important intersections on the road. Ancient people with expert wisdom discovered that just touching certain points can create special effects, can relieve or even cure some areas of unusual pain or discomfort. For example, the Higu point on the Yangming large intestine meridian of hand can treat the pain of the five senses on the face. If you experience toothache, headache, eye pain, acupuncture at this point will be very effective. If you don't have acupuncture, you can also press firmly on this point yourself to see relief from symptoms. As another example, the point of leg 3 miles on Tsu-Sanli meridian, pressing on this acupoint can relieve pain in the legs and knees. It is said that pressing on this point can make you walk 3 miles a day. In addition, it is also an important energy point to regulate stomach function. When experiencing problems related to the digestive system such as stomach pain, bloating, people can press this point to try to see how effective it is. Each acupoint has its own different effect, and many acupoints combined with each other can also create new effects. The knowledge hidden in this system of meridians and acupuncture points must be said to be very profound. If you are interested, you can buy a book, The Yellow Emperor's Classic of Internal Medicine, for further study and reference. This is the famous work that records the earliest known meridians and acupuncture points. So far it has more than 4,000 years of history. In the book, there is a record of the content of the Yellow Emperor and his ministers discussing medicine, so it can be traced back to the time of Emperors Wan Yuan more than 5,000 years ago. And since then, ancient Chinese medical gods such as Bian-Ke, Sun Sima, Zhang Zongjing, Li Shijian also have studies on this issue. Together, everyone is constantly perfecting this very old system of Oriental medicine. For example, wormwood is actually the name of a treatment that uses wormwood made from wormwood leaves. Burn this wormwood on the location of the acupuncture point, through the heat to stimulate the impact on the acupuncture point, to cure the disease. In the Yellow Emperor's Classic of Internal Medicine, there are cases where acupuncture can't be done, the wormwood method can be used to help. Legend has it that the god of medicine Bian-Ke is the best expert in this field. In the book Bian-Ke Internal Medicine, he also discusses some of the effects of wormwood on the human body, has left behind many extremely useful references. Here comes a problem, which is why the ancients chose to use only wormwood to do this. Modern research has found that the human body is a source of infrared radiation, and the radiant energy produced by wormwood when burned is also infrared, and it is mainly near-infrared. At the corresponding acupoints using near-infrared radiation, it will have a very high penetrating ability, possibly through the meridian system, bringing energy to the disease foci, thereby affecting the treatment of the disease. However, if other plants are used, this effect will not be achieved. With such profound knowledge, how did ancient people from thousands of years ago know? Regarding the discovery of meridians and acupoints of the ancients, there are several possible explanations. Random luck. For example, one day, the ancient people went to the mountain to cut firewood. Unfortunately, they were injured at the hagu point on their hand. In order to relieve pain and stop bleeding, this person quickly presses on that wound, and accidentally discovers other therapeutic effects of that point. Gradually, they accidentally discovered all the acupoints and meridians on the human body. Of course, we also cannot rule out the possibility that some acupuncture points were discovered through this method. However, if a massive, complex, complete, detailed and profound meridian system is discovered through the above method, luck is too great. So let's study another method of detecting acupoints. Of course, there is still a theory that uses the celestial eye that the ancients talked about. In the book The 8 Extraordinary Meridians, the famous physician Li Shijun emphasized that the tunnel inside the human body can only be observed by someone who has the ability to see through, that is, only those who have adopted a particular cultivation method. And they can use their divine eyes to observe the internal organs of the human body. In the book Yiban Shengji compiled by the Song Dynasty Imperial Medical Institute, it is also written that the medical gods are highly qualified. They can close their eyes, see through the human body. The 5 internal organs can see clearly. With a single glance, they can see everything clearly. Not only that, but they can also use special powers to control the energy contained in the 5 organs to treat diseases. Sounds amazing, doesn't it? In fact, in the early ancient books, there were many records of the superpowers that the famous doctors of ancient times had. It's just that normally we don't pay attention to this problem. For example, there is a very famous record of Han Feizi telling the story of Bianke meeting King Qi Huangdong. Once, when Bianke came to the country of Qi, King Qi Huangdong treated him like a special guest. Bianke looked at Qi Huan and said, "The king has a muscle disease. If not treated, the disease will get worse." King Qi replied, "I feel very healthy inside." Bianke heard that and withdrew. 5 days later, Bianke returned to King Qi and said, "The king has a blood disease. If not treated promptly, the disease will get worse." Qi Huan again replied, "I feel very healthy inside." Bianke withdrew again. 5 days later, Bianke again met Qi Huangdong and said, "The king has a stomach disease. If not treated soon, the disease will get worse." Qi Huangdong didn't say a word, and Bianke rose back once more. After Bianke left, Qi Huan said to his courtiers, "I have no disease, the doctor just scares people." 5 days later, Bianke returned to see Duke Qi. As soon as he saw King Qi from afar, he left. Qi Huangdong found it quite strange, so he sent someone to chase after him and asked what did he mean by doing so? Why not advise him to treat the disease like before? Bianke replied, "When the disease is still in the muscles, medicinal herbs can be cured. When the disease is in the blood, acupuncture can cure it. When the disease is in the stomach, alcohol can cure it. But when the disease has reached the bone marrow, even the gods have to give up. Qi Huangdong's disease has already reached the bone marrow. I can't treat it anymore." After 5 days, indeed Qi Huangdong felt pain in his body. He was taken to Bianke, but this time Bianke had already left. Not long after that, Qi Huangdong died. How did Bianke know about Qi Huangdong's illness so well? Let's learn another story. The story of Hua Tuo and Cao Cao. In 3 kingdoms it is said that Cao Cao has always had a headache, but looking around the world, no one can cure it. After that, the medical god Hua Tuo gave Cao Cao a method, which was to cut open his head to treat it. According to industry analysis, there is probably a tumor in Cao Cao's brain. However, as soon as Cao Cao heard it, he was angry that Hua Tuo intended to kill him, so he locked Hua Tuo in a prison. Hua Tuo later died in prison. As for Cao Cao, due to a recurring headache, the pain was unbearable, and he finally passed away. So how did Hua Tuo at that time detect a tumor in Cao Cao's brain? Everyone knows that in Oriental medicine there is always a set of methods to diagnose diseases by looking at the appearance. But from ancient times until now, the great doctors who can reach the realm like Hua Tuo and Bianke are very few. Because of these ancient medical doctors, they all have one characteristic that is extremely important to cultivating morality, having compassion for sentient beings, and wholeheartedly practicing medicine to save people. Although they are not like the Venerable Master or the Taoist. They do not practice the way, but already in the way, so naturally they will have a lot of supernatural powers and special abilities. Speaking of this, people will probably find it very hard to believe, right? So let's go through an ancient yoga theory to explain this problem. Yoga theory holds that the human body from bottom to top has 7 corresponding chakras. Root chakra, sacral chakra, solar plexus chakra, heart chakra, throat chakra, third eye chakra and crown chakra respectively. In the third eye chakra, if you can see through this third eye, you will see things that normal people cannot see. This is also one of the currently recognized special functions. B&K and Huatuo's ability to see through the human body can also use this kind of ability. Yoga theory holds that the third eye chakra of ordinary people is blocked, so it cannot use the celestial eye. Moreover, the blood circulation of the celestial eye is very narrow, making it difficult to open. This theory holds that the left and right circuits intersect at the optic nerve junction, the right circuit in charge of reason. The left circuit is in charge of emotions. Normal people have excessive thoughts and emotions, so the left and right vessels swell, causing blockage, making it difficult for energy to reach the top of the head. To make it smooth, it is required that people always keep an attitude of tolerance, compassion, and honesty, treat everyone well, and keep reason and emotions in a state of harmony, so that can allow energy to pass through this narrow passage. We have also heard of the ability to see inside the body and the celestial eye. In fact, these are all special abilities that have been approved by dialectic science and are recognized by the world. Going back to the theory of meridians and acupoints in Eastern medicine, it was always not accepted by the Western medical system before. The reason is that after Western medicine used the method to confirm human anatomy, they couldn't find meridians, so they thought it didn't exist. Here is related to the problem that seeing is believing, seeing is real. We also know the range of visible light. It can be said that not what the eye can see is real. In this very long spectrum, visible light that we can see with the naked eye is only very narrow. Beyond the range of the visible spectrum, humans cannot see. For example, infrared, ultraviolet, and X-rays are invisible to us. But these things have so far been discovered, verified, and have also been applied in different fields. Just because science doesn't or can't confirm it doesn't mean they don't exist. Moreover, things like qigong and energy, their vibrational frequencies are not in the visible spectrum, so they are not inherently something that the naked eye can see. Fortunately, now some frontline scientific researchers have discovered through machines the existence of meridians and acupuncture points. Russian physicist Konstantin Porodkov, through the technique of GDV, when measuring light, the human body's energy has detected some bright spots on the human body. The points this morning are acupoints in Oriental medicine. And in 2021, the Life Sciences Research Institute, ENN Corporation in cooperation with Harvard Medical School clearly observed for the first time a fluorescence line moving continuously along the meridians and acupoints of the human body. Researchers believe that this new finding actually proves the existence of a meridian system in Eastern medicine. For a long time, Western medicine has always considered the human body as a machine. Any component that no longer works well is repaired. If it cannot be repaired, replace it with a new one. However, Eastern medicine considers man as a whole connected with the universe, a part of the natural operation of the universe. If in the future the ancient theory of Oriental medicine is increasingly validated and recognized, then the medical world will face a great revolution. World medicine will enter a new era, and at that time, people will discover how profound is the traditional cultural knowledge left behind by the ancients. What do you think about this? Please discuss below the video. Thank you very much. Goodbye and see you again.